welcome back to the Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. We do have quite a few new subscribers, so I just want to take a quick second to say thank you for choosing to join my channel and watch my videos. It's greatly appreciated, especially when I know how many you have out there to choose from. As I said, my name is Lynn. I live, for now, in Eastern Ontario, Canada with my husband David and our two children, Grace and Aiden. We are a military family. I guess I can still say that. My husband retired after 30 years full-time, and he has been the last 4 years reserve. We're getting very close to retirement. Both my children still live at home. Grace is 22, Aiden is 18. Grace is autistic, and Aiden just graduated high school, and well, not quite sure what he wants to do yet in this world, so which we've told him he still has plenty of time. He is only 18. We live currently on 3 acres. We have some chickens. I'll get to that maybe in a later video, what's going on with the chickens. And yeah, I've been doing YouTube 4 years. I just had my 4-year anniversary here on YouTube just a few days ago. I've come to love it, didn't think I would, and I am just so crazy. I started a second channel, Hooked and Steeped with Lynn, where I talk about my other passion besides homesteading, yarn, crocheting, and tea. So I'm going to leave the QR code here if you'd like to check that out. I'd greatly appreciate it. Come on over. It's growing pretty quick. I'm this close to 800 subscribers already. So I'm hoping to make a goal of 1,000 by the end of this year, but we'll see. And yeah, I love all things, like I said, homesteading, gardening, baking, cooking, canning, preserving our harvest and our foods in lots of different ways, canning and freeze drying, which brings me to today's video. Today's video is another fun experiment with freeze drying for Christmas. So I am really excited to do this video. My husband and my son are also very excited. They have been waiting weeks for me to do this video. I've been compiling a couple of new things. We're going to try freeze drying candy and see how they turn out. And they gave me their 2 cents on what they would like to see also freeze dried for candy. So we have a couple of their choices too we're going to be doing. I am going to be doing this in 2 batches because 2 of the candies freeze dry great together according to my freeze dryer app, and the other 2 freeze great together, but all 4 don't have the same freeze drying temperatures and time. So we're going to do it in 2 batches, and each of them, I think the longest one is 2.5 hours. Candy is a lot quicker to freeze dry than other foods. We've had our freeze dryer for almost a year exactly. In just a week or so, it'll be a year since we received it. And there's going to be a future video coming up where David's going to be joining me, and we're going to let you know just what we think of the freeze dryer. We've had it a whole year. Our thoughts on it. I'll give you just a little sneak peek. I love it. I love it. So let's get to it. First, before we do anything, we are actually going to start the freeze dryer, which I can do from my phone now because I got the little green doggle. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. I got it quite a while ago. I chose between that and the freeze dryer funnel. They both were about the same price, believe it or not. And I decided to get the Wi-Fi because I knew it would be most useful. And 2, I knew that David and I could come up with our own funnel system, which we did. So I did get the little green doggle, and it lets me control everything from my phone. But one of the things I love about it is if we are out and I look and I'm like, oh, the freeze dryer says it's going to be done in an hour. We're not going to be home in an hour. I can add more time right from my phone. I really love that feature. So I can also start it from my phone. And they do have preset, I hope you can see this, hundreds of preset settings that you can just say, oh, use this setting. I'm going to click one of the settings for these 2 candies where they both can go together. I can just pick one, and I'm going to pick this one, and we're going to start with recommended setup. It has started, and now we can get preparing the candy. Lynn, what candy are we doing? Well, I'm glad you asked. We are going to be doing mini Charleston Chews. I picked mini because I don't have to cut them. They're already the perfect size. If you're using fun size or full size, you do need to cut them up. And the other candy we're doing with the Charleston Chews are the Waterbridge Mint Creams. I love these. Think Junior Mint, think Peppermint Patty. I personally think they're better than Peppermint Patty. These are, oh, they're vegetarian. There's no artificial flavors in these, and for Candy brand, Waterbridge, they are, wow, chef's kiss. They are so good. They are really, really good. So those are 2 of the candies. Those are the 2 we're going to do together. The other 2 I'm very excited about. So Charleston Chews was one that Aiden requested. The peppermint creams is my idea because I love peppermint and chocolate together. Caramel M&Ms was one of the ones David picked. That's going to be freeze drying with the other one that I picked that is probably one of my favorite candies of all time at Christmas. I personally have not had one in a very long time. I try not to eat them because I try not to have them in my house because I will eat the whole box. No lie, I love them that much. My mother also loves these, and that is Cordial chocolates, or cherry chocolates as we used to call them. I love these. Absolutely love, love, love these. This is the Cella's brand, but you can use any of the brands. I can't remember. It's going on in my head right now, the kind that my mother always used to get when I grew up in the States. But there is a little bit of prep we will have to do with these. But like I said, these two will go together. So we're gonna focus on the Charleston Chews and the Peppermint patties right now. So I do have my trays lined with parchment, and I'll link them down below, the ones I use. I love these from Amazon because they already come pre-cut and they're pretty reasonable for price. So we're just gonna dump out this box. And as you can, like I said, they're pretty small. I don't know if you can see. So it saves me some cutting. So I'm just gonna spread these out a bit. I might need to do 3 trays, which is fine. If I have to do all 5 trays, I will. We do have the medium freeze dryer, which is 5 trays. And I'm thinking I might go ahead and do, I have the space because I know the peppermint patties aren't gonna take up a lot. So we will spread these out to give them room for expanding. As I've never done these before, I have no idea how much these are going to expand. So I'll do 3 this way, 3 this way, and 3 that way. I haven't forgotten, in my last freeze drying experiment for Christmas video, we had done the freeze-dried Waterbridge marshmallows, which have been a big hit here in this house, and at my Women in Homesteading conference, they were a big hit, and we did candy canes. I also had started doing the Werther's pumpkin spice caramels that we had picked up in the States from Cracker Barrel, and I told you in a future video I would let you know how those turned out and I would show them to you. I haven't forgotten, we're going to show them. So I guess I am going to get 3 trays of Charleston Chews, so that's fantastic. And then if I have to, I can do 2 trays of the peppermint, but I think I'll be able to get the peppermints on 1 tray. We shall see. And I might be spreading these too much. I might not be spreading them enough. We don't know. We will find out. So these are going to go back in the box because that's it. I only want to do, I guess you could do a whole freeze dryer load of just these. So we have 3 of them, and we are going to, now I am going to cut up the peppermints to make them smaller. I'm going to see what it recommends. Maybe I don't have to. Let me just see. So it just says the smaller the patty, the better the result. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them in 4s. So they'd be about the size of a peppermint or a junior mint. Left. I'm actually going to try, this might be a huge mistake, but I'm going to try 1 whole one on each tray. Maybe. I don't know if I have enough room. Maybe here. And we'll just take this one away and put it up here. So we're going to see what it will happen with 2 of these whole mini peppermint patties. It might be a mistake. We'll see what's going to happen. I forgot to mention the green Wi-Fi doggle, whatever they want to call it. It also has candy mode, which it never did before. You used to have to warm up some candies. They recommend warming in the oven first before you put them in the freeze dryer. You don't have to do that anymore. Since I never had done that without the Wi-Fi thing, I don't know much about it, but I know that this one, the doggle has all that preset, so it already, if it does need pre-warming, it already does it for you. I'm trying to remember if these are one of the these I don't think I pre-warm because they're chocolate. You don't pre-warm, so that is Our old man Puggy, right there, our newly diagnosed diabetic doggy. He loves hanging out here in our, what we call our storeroom. I'd show, you know what, I'm going to show it. This is real life. This is my very messy store with my canning, and there's more behind me that you can't see. It's very, very messy right now. It needs to be redone, but he loves hanging out here, so much so that I had to move his pillow out here so he could sleep out here. So he very much loves being in the store slash freeze dryer room.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light while we're dancing around the...
So this says 3 hours for this batch. It also gave me the option to skip pre-warming, which is what the app recommended, so that's what I did. Let's hope it works. Okay, we got those in. So there is the Werther's Chewy pumpkin spice caramels that I freeze dried. Take one out. These are a huge hit with David and Aiden. David especially is loving these. So as you can see, those little small chewy caramels puffed up. I could even cut them smaller. I cut them into, I think it was halves. I think next time I would cut them almost into fourths, because these are just so you can make them more bite size. But I'm going to take a bite just so you can see and hear. Ready? And if you wait a second, it just melts in your mouth and you're like, that's pumpkin spice Werther's caramels. These are so good, highly addictive. They're so creamy when they start melting, so they definitely taste like a caramel, but they sure don't look like one anymore. Nice and airy and fluffy. I have to eat the rest of it, right? Because I can't put this back in the jar. And there, it's melted. So definitely doing more of them. When I see more flavors, because I have like a caramel apple one too. Next time we're in the States in the fall, I'm going to tell my mother, pick me up some of them because we will be freeze drying more of those. These were delicious. Okay, we got a couple hours until the other candy comes out. So we'll meet you back here in a few hours. Patties I did not cut. That's what one is looking like, kind of like a Oreo almost, and then the other one is totally different, so we'll see how they do. Okay, these just ended. I'm gonna check on them and see if they need more time. Oops, first I gotta pull up my, there we go. Release the pressure. Trays are very, very hot also when you do candy, so I have my oven mitts here. And first we'll check the peppermints. Ooh! Okay. Let's check them. They are not done. Peppermints definitely aren't. And the Charleston Chews aren't. So I'm going to put them in. Oops. Turn it back a bit. Okay. I have chocolate on my hands, and I'm going to turn that down. 100, and we're we're gonna try 2 more hours. And hope that works. They're very, very melty still. So it's actually the next day. It was not working on those preset settings. All I was getting was very melty treats. Not at all what I wanted. So I stopped the machine, redid it. I lowered the temperature down to, I think it was like 55 or 55 degrees. Redid them. I let them go all night, well into a little bit this morning. It's still early this morning, but it's this morning. And they look a lot better. And of course, I have my taste tester here, ready to see how they turned out. So first I want to show you those peppermint patties. So those are the ones we cut into 4s. And these are the 2 I left whole. Very different texture now. The Charleston Chews, I think, look like Tootsie Rolls. These are how they turned out. Pretty cool. So, Aiden, which one are you going to try?
That was pretty obvious.
The Charleston Chew? Okay, I'll try one with you. So, they're not melty and we're very hard. Not chewy like a Charleston Chew. Oh! Those are dangerous. That's the inside of them. Oh my goodness, Aiden, what do you think of them?
Those are good.
Do you prefer them the other way? It is not focusing. Focus. There we go. That's what the inside looks like. Oh my goodness. Those are dangerous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you don't like peppermints, but you want to try one?
I don't like peppermint at all.
Okay.
I don't like them.
I'm going to try, you know what? I might as well try the whole one here that we did just to see how it turned out. Oh. Okay, very pepperminty. Very hard. It had a big pocket there of air. Can you see that? And it's very hard. And there's a peppermint patty. It gets chewy once you start eating it a little bit. It starts chewing into more of a chewy. Still not the original form, but it's almost like a, well, chewy. Not gummy, but chewy center. Almost like a Tootsie Roll texture. But they're good. But honestly, I wouldn't do them again. I think I like my peppermint patties just the way they are. But they're not bad. I'm gonna package them up in my new 4 jars bags. They have this gusseted bottom, so it makes them a lot easier to fill. I love that. So I have my freeze dryer starting up again, and it will take its 15-minute cycle. When I started seeing how these were looking, I thought, oh, the cherry chocolates aren't going to fare much better. So yesterday, I went ahead and put them in on the trays and decided I was going to freeze them overnight. But first, I had to poke like a little hole or some X's. That's what the recommendation was for the cherry chocolates, to help them when they go into the freeze dryer. So I did all that. And then I did the M&Ms, which are very hard to keep on the tray. They just wanted to roll all around, and put them in the freezer all night. So they have been in there most of yesterday and all last night. So I'm just waiting for that, and we're gonna try that. I've got the temperature lowered to, I'll have to double check again. The recommendation is 100 degrees freeze drying. I really am worried about that because these just seem to melt when I was doing that. Aiden said he almost felt like one of the Charleston Chew he just had tasted a little burnt to him, but I mean, I guess it's possible to burn the chocolate because it can get pretty warm in that freeze dryer. I mean, so I didn't taste any burnt. So they all fit in one bag. That is really cool. Normally I would put an oxygen absorber in there with them, but these are going to be 8 over the next couple of days, and I'm not going to waste an oxygen absorber for a couple of days. If I was going to store these until like next year or something, then yes, or even longer, I would. And normally I would also seal them. I'm not going to. I'm not going to get out the sealer because, again, we're going to be in and out of this. The peppermint patties, I'm only going to be the one eating them. And I don't think I can eat all these over the next couple of days, but I'm still not going to put an oxygen absorber in. They stuck to the tray. But it's fun. Some things work, some things don't. And I will say, I didn't pay a lot for this candy. I was able to get it all at the Dollar Tree. So that made it, I think I even got these at Giant Tiger and I paid like 99 cents for the little thing of them. So it's a good way to get to know your freeze dryer too and what's going to work without spending a huge amount of money or using expensive ingredients to test on. I don't really want to do that. But these obviously won't last as long, even with an oxygen absorber, because they are chocolate. So they do have some fat and oil in them, obviously. So they won't last as long, but I have to say, I like the 4-jar bags. I like that they even gave me a marker I could write on them with. So, okay, there's 2 out of 4 of our candies. So here is the candy all frozen. They're just about ready to go into the freeze dryer. The M&Ms are just not cooperating. They want to roll everywhere. So once I get them into the freeze dryer, I'll fix them. But everybody's froze up. So this is what they look like before. And the cherry chocolates are all frozen. So this is only supposed to take a couple hours. We will see. I really hope to get this done today because I want to include these in this video. So fingers crossed we can get them done. It's not good. I hope it doesn't expand anymore or I'm going to have a heck of a mess. And to think I poked holes in them. So we have a little bit of a situation. I am redoing, or added time rather, to the Charleston Chews just a little bit because they were still just a tad bit melty. The cherry chocolates have kind of exploded and are stuck to the top of my freeze dryer. I've left them in there with the Charleston Chews, hoping maybe I can unstick them if they're in there a little longer. It's not good. I clearly did not make a big enough cut in those for the expansion because it's a bit of a mess, so that might be a big fail. But the M&Ms are done. This is what the M&Ms look like. They've exploded. And well, that one didn't do anything. How many do we have that didn't do anything? Just the one? Mm-hmm. But it's funny how it seems like, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but green dye does not do well in the freeze dryer. My candy canes didn't work out exactly the way I'd hoped, and even these green M&Ms, they're not quite as puffed up as the rest of them. Like if you look at this one, well, this one is though. Okay, I got my taste tester again, so here we go.
They're still kind of chewy.
Or soft. The caramel's chewy. But the M&M is very much soft chocolate. They're actually pretty good.
I mean, it's just one.
That one was the caramel's crunchy. Those are good. I actually like that. The chocolate's still very soft. Well, we're learning. Not all candy is created equal. And not all candy is suitable for freeze drying. I don't know if you can see, but this is the current mess right now in my freeze dryer. So I'm gonna say these were a big old fail. So we had some successes with freeze drying this candy. The Charleston Chews, I think, came out pretty darn good. Those caramel M&Ms are amazing. Quite a few people told me you have to do those. So, and of course, the boys told me I needed to do them. So those are really yummy. Those aren't gonna last long. I'm glad I only bought a small bag of them. Clearly the cherry chocolates are not gonna work. I will eventually show you the mess once that is all cleaned out. That's gonna take me a while. Thank goodness I only did one tray, so I only have that one spot I have to clean out, so thank goodness. And the peppermint patties, I'm not gonna say they failed because they did freeze dry. They're just, I much prefer them the way they were before they're freeze dried, so I won't do them again. But that's the whole point of experimenting, seeing what works, what doesn't, what we like, what we don't like. This is why I have so much fun with this. You never know what you're gonna get with the freeze dryer. You never know. Until then, friends, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.